I can't wait to talk about the Timberwolves. Nuggets, we're about to play here in a little bit, in about 40 minutes. Can't wait to talk about that one. So let's definitely get into it. All right, man. So Wolves Nuggets. So we both, just for the record, before the playoffs, picked the Nuggets to go to the finals. So we picked that, as I think most people picked the Nuggets to go to the finals in the West. And then some, like myself, picked them to win the championship. You picked the Celtics. We know you picked the Nuggets to begin with. Are you sticking with that pick? Or do you think the Wolves are going to actually steal the series?
I'm definitely sticking with the Nuggets. I have them going to the finals still. But I do think it's going to be a 7-game series, actually. Because of Ant-Man and the way Minnesota's roster is constructed, which Gobert can guard Jokic, and then they got Cat, and then point guard, and of course Ant-Man. So I'm going with Minnesota. No, not Minnesota. I'm going with the Denver tonight, and Denver to win the series. So,
Denver. Well, tonight, Denver tonight and to win the series. Oh man! All right, Club 305. Man, I was on with Denver, but I'm switching my pick. I'm going Minnesota. I think Ant-Man has arrived. We're going to talk about Ant-Man in a minute. I love this roster. I've been on Minnesota for a couple years. So when Minnesota won the play-in and got into the playoffs, you could see the talent then. I said, oh, my goodness, they are coming. And I think they would have beaten, if they had better coaching a couple of years ago, they would have beaten Memphis and gotten past that, because they were like blowing them out every single game. But they were taking awful shots. They fixed the shot selection. The GM has done a magnificent job. He picked up a true point guard. They've got Conley, so he's running the point. The defense and wing players that they lost in that Gobert trade, they were able to recover from that. So now they fixed that. And they have Gobert, and you've got Cat. And the beautiful thing is, because it was like, okay, they're not going to be able to keep both of these guys on the court. But, oh, my goodness, you saw with Phoenix they could. Because Cat can move his feet a little bit. He can clearly shoot the three. He was up there checking KD for a lot of plays. So, yeah, I really, really love this roster. I love this team. I like what they have going on. And man, hey, I'm jumping on the bandwagon semi early. I'm going against my pick. I'm going Denver. So, yeah, man. Yeah. So
you said you're going Denver.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. I was a little slip. Thanks for catching that. No, I'm going Minnesota. I'm going Minnesota. All right. So hey,
are you sure? I don't know. You can already see it happening.
So hey, let's get into some of these comments, and then we're going to dive into Ant-Man a little more specifically. So let's go into these comments here. So first, Silas out of Canada said, yep, MJ's son is about to dominate. Ant Edwards, yes. And you, Silas, were the first one. You kind of peeped us to Ant being MJ's son. So we had to steal that today in our post on Instagram. So appreciate that idea there. Yes. So, and then we have Silas also. Nuggets are sadly going to beat the Timberwolves. Okay. Hey, they are the defending champions. They're the favorites, but yeah, man, Minnesota's just, oh my goodness, they are on their way. Let's see. Josh said the Wolves will shock Denver in 6. Okay. Said they'll shock them in 6 games. We've got Silas says he agrees with Diego. Very hard matchup for Denver. Denver in 7. Okay. I am not mad at that at all.
Oh, yeah.
And then, okay, Ant-Man. Josh says Ant-Man will score 34 points tonight. Yeah, I think he definitely does. Although Denver, great defensive team, they have size. They've got, Gordon. They've got
Porter.
Porter, yeah,
Porter and Jokic.
Yeah. So I mean, come on, they are the defending champs. They have the experience. But it's just going to be great. It's going to be great.
Yeah, be a good series.
I cannot wait to see this. And then my man Club 305 said Timberwolves in 6. All right, cool. Yep. Yes. Oh, and he also said, just made us realize Cat can be a good matchup for Jokic. Yeah, we'll see. Definitely excited to see how that plays out. All right. So hey, let's talk a little more about Ant-Man. It's coming on the scene. He's starting to. People are starting to recognize what he can do. A lot of folks thought that it was a little too much hype, but if you sit and watch him, I think many people are starting to get on the train, including myself. What's your take? And then I'll go. And then again, flood us with your comments on this.
Well, and he's a great player. Like he proved to me like last year in the playoffs when they were a little banged up in the first round against the Nuggets. In the first round last year, how they were able to get a game. And Ant-Man was averaging like 35 in that series. That showed me that he was like really arriving as one of like an all-star caliber player.
Yeah.
Then this year I'm seeing that he's a true superstar player and could possibly be best player of the league one day.
Yeah.
So
yes.
Yeah. He's great.
Yeah, he's must see TV, with myself being, the age I am now. I don't, hey, if it's but so late, I'm not gonna stay up and see the entire game, right? Just to be real. But man, Ant-Man is a whole nother level. He's won that closeout game on Sunday night, I believe it was Sunday or Monday, whenever that was. I had to see every second of that game. I had to see it. I was on the edge of my seat. It was just riveting, and I haven't really felt that in a while for an individual player. I felt that for teams. You've got the Celtics that are just fun to watch, and other teams like that. But as far as an individual player, he's extremely captivating. Has the charisma. His shoe, to be an Adidas shoe, is like, I think, the number one shoe now. That's huge, just from a marketability standpoint.
That's cool.
But I love his game. He has the killer instinct. Plays both sides of the court. Has the mid-range game. Can shoot the three. Is a defender. Just can't say enough good things. So yeah, really, really excited about what Ant-Man is doing here. And I've got a comparison for you. I think this is something that will compare to last year. Do you remember how last year, when with the Joker, everybody knew the Joker was talented, but they didn't know quite how good he was because he was in Denver.
Yeah.
And a lot of people didn't see his games last year. And the Denver folks were even saying like they couldn't wait for the playoffs because they were like, the rest of the world is finally really going to see just how good Joker is and what we see every night. And ever since the finals last year, now nobody argues Joker's talent. Like, he's the undisputed number one player in the NBA.
Yeah, I think if the Timberwolves win the championship somehow this year, I think Ant probably is the best player right now, 22.
Yeah, and I think regardless of the championship, I just think he's going to do enough to where he'll fully be on the scene, to where even more of the casual fan that hasn't seen him yet but has seen a lot of the hype, I think a lot of the casual fans will truly understand what's going on.
Yeah.
So that's another reason why I'm excited about this. I think it's really going to put him on another level. All right. So let's get into our comments before we get to the next series. We're going to talk about Dallas. We got to talk about Dallas and OKC. But let's see here. So my man Silas said Ant is legit top 2 shooting guard in the league. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And then see, Silas also said knew about Joker a long time. Always beating up on my Warriors. Yep. Definitely. Great comments there. All right. Well, let's